U.S. Election 2024 Live Update. Harris and Trump make final appeals in Pennsylvania. As the 2024 presidential election reaches its dramatic conclusion, the spotlight is turned to Pennsylvania, a state renowned for its crucial role in determining the outcome of national elections. On Monday, the final day of campaigning before voters head to the polls, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump each made emphatic appeals to the electorate, seeking to secure a pivotal victory in this battleground state. Kamala Harris began her day with a whirlwind of activity, concluding her campaigning in Philadelphia at the famed steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, a site forever etched in popular culture by the iconic Rocky movies. Here she delivered a rousing speech to a gathering of supporters, declaring the momentum is on our side. This assertion was not merely a slogan but a rallying cry intended to inspire confidence in her campaign as she looked to energize her base in the final hours leading up to the election. Harris's event in Philadelphia was the culmination of a day packed with strategic stops in several key cities, including Allentown, Scranton, and Pittsburgh, all of which hold significant electoral weight. In Allentown, Harris spoke about the importance of community and the collective responsibility to uplift one another, emphasizing her administration's commitment to working families. In Scranton, a city historically linked to her political identity, she took the opportunity to connect with voters on a personal level, sharing stories of her upbringing and the values instilled in her by her family. Each location was chosen deliberately, as they not only represent key demographics but also resonate with the narrative of her campaign, which seeks to foster inclusivity and progress. Her visit to Reading exemplified her grassroots approach. Stopping at a local Puerto Rican restaurant, Harris made a concerted effort to connect with the Latino community, recognizing their increasing significance in the electoral landscape. She spent time engaging with patrons, discussing their concerns about the economy, healthcare, and immigration. During this interaction, she canvassed door-to-door alongside campaign volunteers, embodying a hands-on approach to voter outreach. In a heartfelt moment, she spoke with a woman who had already voted for the Democratic ticket. "It's the day before the election, and I just wanted to come by and say I hope to earn your vote," she stated, highlighting her dedication to building personal connections with voters. This grassroots effort, where candidates meet constituents face-to-face, has become increasingly important in modern campaigns, reflecting a desire for authenticity in political engagement. In stark contrast, Donald Trump's campaign on the final day was characterized by a more combative and confrontational style. He began his day in North Carolina, emphasizing the need for a strong Republican turnout before making his way to Michigan. However, he made crucial stops in Pennsylvania, where he sought to solidify his support among his base in Reading and Pittsburgh. His speeches throughout the day were imbued with his characteristic bravado and incendiary rhetoric, mixing populist appeals with alarming claims regarding voter fraud and crime. "With your vote tomorrow, we can fix every single problem our country faces and lead America and the whole world to new heights of glory," Trump proclaimed to a raucous crowd. Trump's speeches often included a series of promises to revitalize America, invoking themes of patriotism and a return to what he describes as traditional values. He utilized a narrative that painted a stark picture of a nation facing unprecedented challenges, framing his presidency as the remedy to what he perceives as systemic failures under Democratic leadership. This rhetoric resonates strongly with his supporters, who often feel disenfranchised and concerned about the direction of the country. Moreover, while Harris focused on a message of hope and progress, she tactfully avoided directly naming Trump, a strategy that aligns with her campaign's overall emphasis on positivity and unity. On the flip side, Trump unleashed a torrent of attacks against Harris, portraying her and her policies as antithetical to American values. During a rally in Atlanta, his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, echoed Trump's sentiments, declaring, "We are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris." Such remarks not only highlight the contentious nature of the race but also reflect the deepening divisions within the electorate, as both candidates seek to frame the narrative in a way that resonates with their respective bases. As both candidates crisscrossed the state, they were acutely aware of the significance of voter turnout, particularly in a year marked by unprecedented early voting. By Sunday evening, more than 82 million Americans had cast their ballots. According to the University of Florida's Election Lab, which tracks early and mail-in voting across the country. This staggering number reflects a heightened sense of urgency among voters, indicating that this election cycle has mobilized citizens in ways not seen in previous years. The record turnout could be attributed to various factors, including increased political polarization, the lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and a greater emphasis on issues such as economic recovery, healthcare, and social justice. As Election Day approached, both Harris and Trump demonstrated their commitment to engaging with voters in every possible way. Harris's campaign strategy emphasized direct engagement with diverse communities, showcasing her ability to connect with individuals from various backgrounds. In contrast, Trump's approach relied heavily on rallying his base with emotionally charged speeches that painted a picture of urgency and existential threat. The two candidates' divergent strategies illustrate the contrasting political landscapes in the United States, where issues of race, class, and identity have become increasingly central to the electoral discourse. The stakes in Pennsylvania are particularly high, as this state has a history of swinging the outcome of national elections. In 2016, Trump's unexpected victory in Pennsylvania was pivotal to his overall success, and both candidates are acutely aware of the lessons learned from past elections. The campaign in Pennsylvania has thus become a microcosm of the broader national conversation, touching on issues such as economic inequality, healthcare access, immigration policy, and civil rights. The implications of the election are far-reaching, as the outcomes in Pennsylvania could reverberate throughout the country, shaping not only the immediate political landscape but also the future direction of American governance. Voters are faced with a momentous choice: will they rally behind Harris's vision of inclusivity and progress, or will they respond to Trump's call for a return to a more traditional approach to governance? The answers to these questions will unfold in the coming hours, as ballots are cast and the nation holds its breath in anticipation of the results. As the final countdown to Election Day progresses, the landscape of American politics remains charged with uncertainty. The decisions made by voters in Pennsylvania will undoubtedly influence not only the future of the Democratic and Republican parties, but also the broader ideological currents shaping the nation. The outcome of this election has the potential to redefine the very fabric of American democracy and establish a new paradigm for how the government interacts with its citizens. In these final hours, both campaigns will push their messages with fervor, knowing that every interaction, every speech, and every vote could hold the key to victory in this consequential moment in history.